So asanteni sana. Mwanzo nichukue nafasi hii kusema ni asante sana Mheshimiwa Speaker kwa kutuweza kutukaribisha hapa katika Nakuru County. Tumetembea hapa na wajumbe wenzangu. Kuna mmoja tu ameambiwa mambo ya maela, sasa sijui kama atashika concentrate. Mheshimiwa Kigano, Aramad najua ni masimu sasa anapiga. Mheshimiwa Kigano, I will introduce you to the other two members as they will come in. To my further left, Mheshimiwa.
My name is Honorable Abdikarim, Member of Parliament, Fafi Constituency, Garissa County.
Good afternoon. My names are Honorable Simuhanda, County MP, Kakamega.
Habari zenu wananchi. Kwa majina naitwa Walter Winu, Member of Parliament, Awendo Constituency, Migori County. Thank you.
Habari zenu waheshimiwa na ndugu zangu. Mimi ni Muturi Kigano, Member of Parliament for Kangema. Kangema is in Murang'a County.
Tuko na staff wale tumetembea nao wabunge. Douglas Katho, assistant.
My name is Alamanke Naramat, MP for Narok East, Narok County. Habari yenu. Morega. My name is Alamanke Naramat. Mbunge wa Narok East, Narok County. Narok East iko hapo karibu Maela hapo. Suswa hapo. Pande hiyo. Asanteni.
Mheshimiwa
Anaitwa Aramat.
Mheshimiwa Aramat, kwa wale ambayo wanamjua Bwana Torome, the former CEC Finance, huyu ndio alishinda yeye huko Narok. Hata baada ya Torome kumwaga mabilioni ya pesa, huyu ndio aliangusha Torome, and he is serving his second term. Of course my brothers are first termers, Kigano, Osman, my dear Elsie, and Owino. My name is Gikaria David. I'm the chair, Committee on Energy, National Assembly, and I represent Nakuru Town East constituency. We were supposed to have met at the governor's office, but it was unfortunate. He was not around. So with me, I have Douglas Katho, who is assistant clerk assistant in this committee, Angeline Naserian. She is also an assistant, clerk assistant, Sheila, Sergeant Atam, in charge of security. And then we have Nixon Kimtai, who is in charge of audio. We just from Bahati on the same purpose. I will ask the speaker maybe to introduce the team that is here.
Hamjambo mabibi na mabwana. Kwanza wacha ni wakaribishe hapa katika bunge hili la kaunti ya Nakuru. Karibuni sana. Tuko na kamati ya environment hapa, na ningependa tuanze na vice chair, patie wenzake wajiintroduce kwa haraka.
Jambo. My name is Elizabeth Washeke Gishuke, MC. Currently the
Okay, good afternoon. My name is MC Irene Chebichi Cheriot. I'm representing the people of Soin Ward. I'm also a member of this special committee of water, natural resources and energy, and also the chief whip.
Well, I'm Eric Gishoki, MCA from Viwandani, Naivasha, member of this committee.
Good afternoon. My name is Samuel Granja Mbugwa, MCA London Ward.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Zaitun Ibrahim, nominated MCA, a member of the committee.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Simon Mangi, the MCA Menenga West, and a member of this committee.
Afternoon, members of Nakuru County and our visitors, welcome and afternoon. I'm Mary Wanjiro Iranjo, aka Mawawa, representing the people of Subukia Ward, Subukia constituency.
Afternoon, everybody. My name is Cecilia Nyambura Karanja, MCA Fisoi Ward, member of this committee.
My names are Daniel Kipronomutai, Mosop MCA.
Good afternoon, members. My name is Honorable Kibet Kurgat, MCA Kiptororo Ward, MCA for the MP National Assembly, Deputy Speaker. Versus your boy. Thank you.
Hamjambo. Majina yangu mimi naitwa Douglas Ayabei. Mimi ni MCA kutoka ward ya Marieshoni, Molo constituency na mwanachama wa kamati hii.
Good afternoon. My name is Wilson Mwangi, member of County Assembly, Menengai, and member of the Environment Committee. Gikaria is my MP.
Afternoon, members. My name is Timothy Kabutu, MCA from Rwanda and a member of this committee.
Hamjambo. Kwa majina ni Mheshimiwa Karanja Mburu, MCA Lakeview Ward, member of this committee.
Mimi naitwa Juguna John, MCA Hell's Gate, Naivasha.
Jina langu ni Philip Wanjohi, MCA Dare Ward, Njoro constituency.
My name is Karanja Stani. I am MCA for Naivasha East and also the majority leader in Nakuru County Assembly.
So that is the team that we have from the Energy Committee of the County Assembly of Nakuru. So back to you, Bwana Chair. I know we are behind schedule, so you would want to start the business immediately. Karibu sana.
Asante sana, Mheshimiwa Speaker. My dear brothers, the members of Energy Committee, not committees, Environment, there's so many, as those has, I think you have 3 committees in one. In Parliament, as we have Energy and Petroleum, we are here on public participation, and we decided to visit around 8 counties on matters to do with energy and petroleum. These are 2 different bills. As you know, there are 2 different ministries now. Energy on its own, and then we have petroleum and mining, being managed by different cabinet secretary. In our today's meeting, we are here on purpose of public participation. Just on a brief history, the 2 bills had gone through the whole process of first reading, second reading, committee of the whole house, and third reading, and it was taken to the Senate. Again, it went through the same process. There was a problem between us and the Senate, the National Assembly and the Senate. We had a mediation committee. We agreed in the Constitution, if you don't agree, the Senate and the County Assembly, you form a mediation committee. The mediation committee did agree on some aspects, which was very good. Just for your information, if the 2 committees do not agree then that bill just falls, and it can never be raised again until after some time, I think after 6 months. So, but we had there was an agreement within the mediation committee, and we took the bill to the president, and as you know, I think under article, is it 121 or 118, there is president's reservation. The president can bring back a bill, or even a governor can bring back a bill with the reservation. And for you to defeat the reservation, you need to raise 2/3 of the House. So what happened is, after we took the bill and we had the mediation, it was taken to the president. He brought it back. We passed again in the National Assembly with the president's reservation. But when it went to the Senate, it lapsed. The Parliament came to an end. And the law is that if whatever is pending before, after the expiry of that, then you have to start afresh. It's very unfortunate. But we are able to start to change our standing order, and now we do accommodate wherever a bill will have reached. The other Parliament that will be coming will pick it up from the point of departure. I don't know whether it will have very different opinion when it meets a different committee. And this committee was being chaired by Honorable Jamlek Mugo then, and of course with some very able other 28 other members. But this committee is composed of 19 members drawn from all parties. And our business today was to come and introduce you about the bill and public participation. Members of the County Assembly and the public, you understand that public participation is a constitutional requirement. In the past, we've had our bills being kicked out by, or thrown, or rendered unconstitutional by the courts because of not having gone through the public participation. So it's a must that we must have public participation, which is anchored in our Constitution. Article 1, as it is, very clear that you are the sovereign people. We the people of Kenya, and that sovereignty and that power that is given to the people is what gives you or give mandate to public participation. And of course, you know, the country is run either by you or through your elected leaders. But it is important, much as you have elected leaders, to go back to the public and get their views regarding Article 10 regarding values and principles. Again, it is very important that governance, patriotism, national unity, sharing is what you get, both national government, the county government, the community, sharing of positions, sharing of all those, the human dignity, all those that are anchored under Article 10 also gives right, equity, for example. You had in Kiambu, there was a problem where the governor said we want to employ everybody from Kiambu in our county. And he landed himself in a lot of problems. It's because we under that article. So that is why, again, we are here under 174, the objectives of devolution. Again, devolution, you know, is power which have been devolved to the county government so that we can be able to enhance the participation of the people at the local level. Under Article 118, is that both the National Assembly and the County Assembly are supposed to conduct their affairs in the open, unless it is a very serious security matter. Everything under the county assemblies and the National Assembly are supposed to be conducted in the public, so that the public can be able to see. That is why we have a public gallery here, that whenever the House is in a session, you can be able to follow the proceedings, even in Parliament, National Assembly. And so this bill, the public participation, that is the reference of us coming here to come and listen. And what are the objectives? It is to first to meet the requirements of the Constitution and also the standing orders of our National Assembly. Secondly, is to receive views and recommendations from the public and other stakeholders like the county government by the governor and also the assembly, and also to provide an interaction for local communities to be able to be heard, and what is the objective, what is the outcome of this process? This process will, the views and recommendations obtained from the public on the two bills will be considered when the committee makes its final report to the House, because we just don't walk, we just don't come to listen, and we are grateful. We were in Turkana over the weekend. We have been to other places. We have been to Bahati, and people are saying this is what, and we have gotten some very good input coming from a local village woman, coming from a very local village boy. And this is the participation that we want, and we will have an opportunity to take their views. And lastly, what are the outcome of this is that the local community and the other stakeholders on the ground to have a better understanding of the bills. I know it might not be possible, but what happens in Parliament, every time you do publish a bill, it is always, the public is always made aware that this document is public. If you go under the Kenya law reform in their website, you will find these two bills and so many other bills. If you go to the parliamentary website, again you're going to find the bill. At the same time, you can just walk to our National Assembly and ask for a copy of the same. And why we are coming to the County Assembly is that this is a very crucial bill for this county. There is an element of geothermal, a lot of it, at Menengai, in Naivasha, and other places. And there are some revenues which will be accrued out of the production of this product. And we have to come and listen to what the County Assembly, Nakuru County Assembly, has to say about the bills. So that is basically why we are here, to come and listen. Today is just to inform you that one of the bills have the energy bill has 254 clauses that ranges from, and there are different parts. And the petroleum bill has 118 clauses, broken into 11 parts. And those parts have segments of what. But just to give you an overview of the two bills is one. The most critical one is about revenue sharing between us and the national government and the county government and the local community. That is one of the aspects that we are looking into this bill. The second aspect that we are looking into this bill is about local content. And what is local content? Local content is what will the community benefit from this product in terms of employment, in terms of training, in terms of capacity building, in terms of business. People are accusing us that we have GDC, for example, in Nakuru. And where do we get our eggs? All the way from Nairobi. And people are asking so many questions. There are roads which are being done by GDC. Where do we get our trucks? Again, from someplace in Mombasa. Where is the local community involvement in this process? People are being employed. What do we have? 98% coming out of this. And it's not because we don't have people who are learned or people who are qualified to take up these positions, but thirdly is about the boards. We have 8 boards or advisory committees in the energy bill, and we have around 3 or 4 in the petroleum. And if in the energy bill, we have directors, we have people who are managing board members, and they are not coming from any of these areas that is producing. So the voice of the owners, of course, is not a director to go and speak on behalf of Nakuru, but at least he'll be able to say this is what we think we need as a director from Nakuru. This is the position that you're supposed. Regarding Kenya Power, for example, there have been a lot of power surges and then compensation. Your machine, like today, it might go off, and you cannot, when the lights come back, again you damage your fridge in the house, your television set, your radio set, or any other electrical appliances, then who pays that? So again, we are talking about how do you get compensation from Kenya Power to be able to. Another very important issue in this bill is about the monopoly of KPLC, Kenya Power. Do we bring in some, do we regularize the industry of energy and bring in some other players who can be able to distribute power? Of course, it will bring competition. It's going to lower the cost of steamer, and you can be able to do business. Most of the businesses these days cannot be able to take off because of the very huge, and I'll tell you, for example, in Bahati, they have said they want an industrial park at Menengai Crater. How possible is it? Very possible. Because geothermal has a lot of byproducts that can be used to do greenhouses, can be able to do poultry, can be able to do, including that cheap electricity, badala kwenda kununua steel, hizi machuma za kujenga kutoka mahali ingine, hizi scrap metal tunazipandisha huko, tunazichemusha na tunatengeza steel yetu hapa at a cheaper cost that we can be able to be used to. Industrialization, where Kenya is looking under the 4 main agendas, that is where we are headed to. So these are some of the aspects that we are going to look at. Of course, in urban areas, not very so much on matters of way leaves, but ukienda ucha upande hii kwingine ambaye tunataka kupitisha line ya stima kama hiyo inatoka, how will you be compensated either as an individual or as a community by the government under either compulsory acquisition and compensation for use of your land or the government having taken over your land? Na mahali kama kule GDC ninasikia kumbe ni KFC, the Kenya Wildlife, ambaye Kenya Forest Service, ambaye wanakaa huko wanalipisha GDC na huko hakuna miti, ni mawe. So where is forest coming in mahali kuna mawe peke yake? Why do that money amount being paid to Kenya Wildlife Services, Kenya Forest Services, why can't you use that money to go and, you know, improve the lives of the locals living around there? And lastly is about environmental matters and health and safety. Tukichimba mvuke iko na madhara yake. Tulienda Turukana, ingawaje watoto ni wengi, bado wanasema hawazai kwa sababu ya madhara ya kuchimba mafuta, lakini watoto wako. Sasa hii tumetoka Bahati, mzee mmoja amesema kule Lanet huko ukielekea Dondori watoto waoni kwa sababu ya ile mvuke, na hiyo miale imeenda mpaka Lanet, watoto waoni. And to our surprise, 4 boys were produced because of having problems ya macho, among others, wale wamekuwa affected. Now it could be true. Inataka some studies and some experts to tell us whether that is the truth. If you look at our lake down here, it is no longer Lake Nakuru the way you used to know it. Maji imeinuka, ndege wamepotea, all from environmental matters. So hiyo ndio imetuleta hapa leo. So tutakuja kusikiza maoni yenu. Hakuna mtu atatoa maoni kwa upande wetu, sisi ni kusikiza, alafu tutarudi tukiandika ripoti yetu ambayo tunafaa tuandike mwisho wa wiki, mwezi huu, ndio tuipeleke kule bungeni, ndio rudi ende Senate, sisi tuwe tumemaliza kazi yetu. Hii bill, it is one of those constitutional bills ambazo zilitekana ahead a timeline of 5 years, lakini time lapsed. We asked Parliament to give us another 1 year, again we added another 1 year. It's a very controversial bill. Hii bill imeenda ikizunguka inarudi, very controversial kwa sababu ya matters concerning mambo ya watu. That is the seriousness about this bill. So hata sasa bado hatujui kama tutavutana na Senate kulingana na vile National Assembly tutafikiria. So there was a lot of issues regarding whether tutapitisha. It is true. Sisi tutaweka yetu na tutapitisha because we can be able to mobilize our people to be able to do that. Na sasa vile mnaona rais wetu ameshikana na ndugu yetu bwana upinzani, the main principle, maneno ya kupinga vitu for purpose ya kupinga sasa itakuwa imeisha. It is because we want to look at what is the value of what value is this law coming to help Kenyans. So it's not a matter of the government and opposition. It's about hii stima ikipatikana hata kule Ujaluoni itasaidia wale watu wako Awendo. Hii stima ikipatikana hata mtu wako Western, kwa ndugu kwa dada yetu Elsie, itasaidia wale watu ya Western na kuwapatia mapato yao kulingana na vile inavyofaa. As I'm also saying, today we have a few members of parliament from my committee. Others are in Canada. Others have gone to pande ya Uarabuni on the same purpose, to see huko wana treat aje maneno ya local. Basically is about the local content. The local content is the main component. Watu wetu wanafaidika aje na ile vitu rasilimali inapatikana katika maeneo yao. So Majority Leader, I don't know how you have arranged whether the committee will be the one which will be giving us presentation, and then we can open up to the public. It is now 4:20. Hopefully by around 4 we are done. 5, sorry. So we will ask, I don't know, Majority Leader, you're going to give us some guidance on how we are going to proceed from here. You will later tell us whether it is the committee which will give presentation, and then we can ask the public to join in. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, the Chair, Honorable Gikaria, for that overview. Of course, when we had the report yesterday, and you know, when you gave us the report, in actual sense we were not aware. But we did mobilize the committee. So the committee, led by Honorable Liz, will also present. Then, because the honorable members are here, and you know that this country belongs to Kenyans, and the issue of this energy, it is very controversial in this county of ours. So we will let the committee do something, then we will open it to the public, and after we are through, I think we will sum up. But we will first of all listen the members, honorable members of this house, and then we give it to the members. And I think, Chair, I can start so that we can set the ball rolling. Mr. Chair, and the committee, first of all, thank you for coming and availing yourself in this place. And you know, some of us have what is called personal experience with exploitation and immigrant. You know, I am a member of County Assembly based in Naivasha, and Kenyan has been our neighbor. Of course, it is like a mother who is already divorced. It is a father who doesn't provide. And if he provides selectively. It is one of these companies that we only relate to through smoke. But when you see the smoke, you say that you are very happy that you are in where Giramo is. And Kenyan is only by name, Bonachia. We only know Kenyan. You cannot even spot a toilet that has been built by Kenyan in some parts of Naivasha. It is like a divorced mother. Chair, you know, Kenyan, even currently as we are speaking, and I know, I thank God that Aramat is here, because we with our MP, we have gone there. We have some honorable members from that. We have Chair of Justice, and we have Karanja Mburu. When we went there, we had several meetings. Do you know Kenyan does not employ from our side? When we tried to interrogate, they tried to bring issues that are geographical. You know, somebody comes with a lot of semantics to explain a malpractice. So that they say that we cater for this, but and then they bring some people who are not elected. It is a den of corruption, you know, and this is what we have to say, that it has cartels, and I think this bill will kill the cartels. This is what is called the replica of Kenyan thieves. They are the ones who control Kenyan. Such that when you want to be employed, you pass through some fellas that you also do not, they do not have a constituency. They have chosen some people who do not have offices, Bonachia. Such that when you want to get somebody to be hired, you get some people, and it's so to speak, because Aramat is here. You know, Kenyan is very controlled. It is in Naivasha. But for you to get somebody else from any other tribe, other than you get employed, you pass through a Maasai for you to get there. And you know, some of us, when we tried to interrogate, and we went for some meetings, do you know, because I went with the paper, you go with the paper and the pen. Somebody comes with arrows. You know, I'm just trying to, you know.
My point of order.
Thank you very much.
You know, this is a house of record. And it's important to avoid mentioning tribes.
Sawa sawa.
Tafadhali.
Thank you. I'm mentioning them as Kenyans. Not as strangers, Chair, but I beg your interjection. Chair, let me go straight to what we need to do. When a company is set in your area, there is that constitutional element and percentage. If there is, like Kenyan, how much should it come in terms of what should we get? Is it 20% or what? Number two, I also thought that we go drastic. And you know, Kenya requires some radical changes. Why don't we degazette Hell's Gate other than from a national park, and then it comes back to the level of a game park, whereby we can be able to control. You know, I have seen Masai Mara. It has benefited people from Narok, but the Kenyan does not. How much? Even there is no penny that comes to the county government. Number two, even when it comes to roads. Even when you are currently when you are going to Kenyan, it is as if, right, and it has rained. It is as if you are going to a small lake in Naivasha in the road. You first of all dive, then you go up. The roads are pathetic. Then number two, Chair, you know, although Kenyan is in our place and there is that power, our people still are using cados. Our people are still using the small, the one that you, when you put it on, you run to get to the Nyumba Kubwa. It is as dangerous as that. The other thing, Chair, is that even the managing director, those people who control, they are not, there is even no single member who comes from that constituency. It has become, politically, Chair, it is controlled politically. That's why we say, why don't we domesticate? If at all it is Kenyan, why don't we domesticate? Such that we say that this percent will come from that county, and before we start borrowing, because also those people have gone to school. The other thing, Chair, you have talked about Kenya Power. Kenya Power is another monster that we only talk in silence. Because when you talk in right, for example, right now, there was that, the presidential one, whereby you say 60 meters, and then when you have one post, somebody even can quote you a bill of 1 million and something. That's why we are saying, if a natural resource is ours, why don't we get the benefit of that? And that's because I don't want to talk like a preacher, sir. So that I allow others to talk, is about the issue of environment. It is true that people are suffering. And there is a suffer physically or psychologically. Because even when you go there and don't get employed, you are psychologically tortured, therefore you suffer psychologically. Therefore, the issues of monopoly, the issues of environment need to be taken care of. And when we are considering Kenyan or any other, first of all, let us decide what do we need to, and what amount that comes to that county. And number two, what comes to the local community. Therefore, from Chair, you know you are making a noise. I thought you are protesting. So let me give you the Vice Chair.
Just before, for purposes of
I'm proposing 10%. 10% should come to the community, 20% should come to the county, and then the rest we share as Kenyans.
Okay. It's just traditions in Parliament. Members of Parliament, they don't sleep. They just consult, they just close their eyes and they're in deep thoughts. Members of Parliament don't make noise. They consult. So you are just consulting in very low tones. You don't make noise. I'm looking for the standing order that is normally used, but under our standing orders, I think Douglas will be looking at that. One of the functions of a chair of a committee is here it is, duties of a committee chair, and that is of course in his absence, vice chair in his absence, a person who is elected is subject to the provisions of these standing orders and the directions of the committee. A chairperson of a committee shall, 1, preside at a meeting of a committee, 2, perform the functions and exercise the powers assigned to the office, and 3, be the spokesman of the committee. What I want to say is that what I want to just request is, I hope it's only the chair who will be making a presentation so that we can be able to move as a spokesman of the bill. Karim.
As a committee, we've decided to let the public start because the public is the one that is more affected by this. You're the people on the ground, and we are here to listen to your voice, and so we prefer to give the public a chance, then the committee will take over, I think.
Okay. Then if that is the position, then we'll go to the public and we'll give around 5 people, and please just speak on one item, and then we can go. Please, when you rise, say your name, where you're coming from. If you are representing a certain group, say which group you're representing, and then let's talk about, I know most of us might not have read the 2 bills, but you can just tell us on an overview what you think. We will be able to place those things in the respective clauses in the bill. So we'll open to the public. If there is any members who would want to raise a few issues, around 5 people, so that we can come back. We had promised we should be out of this place by around 5, so we will try. So yes, my classmate and my former classmate Gikaria.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. My name is Gikaria, Steve Gikaria. Probably I might talk while seated, given the nature of my condition. I might in a way be representing people with disability. I just have several observations. The Chair, the President recalled this bill for the second time in 2016. Ostensibly, the reason was the MPs had to remove that clause that demanded KPLC to compensate customers for loss due to blackouts. I don't know what has changed. What are you going to do so that it's not again recalled again, so that there are reservations by the President? Another thing, I would go direct to the areas that concerns us here in Nakuru, that is the geothermal. It's basically almost impossible to penetrate that market in terms of tendering. Basically almost impossible for the residents of this county, and particularly Nakuru. For simple reasons like repairs of motor vehicles, that people would come all the way from Nairobi just to make normal repairs, whereas we have Gikaria garages and other garages within the county. Another thing, the proposal of 5% for the locals within the areas of Kengen and 20% for the county, my take is that we should have an additional 5% so that the locals can enjoy a 10% take on the revenue, and the county government can have a 20% take. And I think briefly that's my reservation. Another thing, the tendering for the people with disability, the government policy is a 30% reserve for people with disabilities. What we are saying is that due to inability to access even funding to access some of these things, these aspects are taken by able people that are able like you, Mheshimiwa Gikaria, you feign disability. Thank you very much.
Any other? I had seen my sister. Yes, please.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm Wambo Njoroge, a geologist by profession. I had, let's say, 2 questions. One is on revenue sharing. Now that Nakuru County is the host for KenGen and GDC, and we are supposed to get from if it's an energy company, the national government is supposed to remit 20% to the county. My clarification would be, because it's not clear, so Nakuru County is supposed to get 40%, 20 say from KenGen and 20 from GDC. And then on the docket, Mr. Chair. Very well. So, yeah, my question is, according to a section, I think Article 54, Section 2IA, is supposed okay, the nuclear energy is supposed to be workable by, I think, 2027. By 2030, we are supposed to have 4 megawatts of energy. Today, it's 2018. And then from that article I've mentioned, we are supposed to have like a well-stocked library in nuclear energy relations. Do we have such, or is it in the streamline? And how far is it? Thank you.
Thank you very much, my dear sister. I can see you had really done some research. Any other public? Yes, behind there, my sister.
Good afternoon. My name is Anne Muradhine, Assistant Developer. My clarification is not really a clarification, but a suggestion. Like, he has suggested about 10% to the community, 20% to the community. What we are experiencing today is that if there is any consideration by those two companies, tunapeanga tu kazi ya maybe kwenda kuokota makaratasi, and we've all gone to school. Those major career, like jobs, to send like human resource or such, they are taken from Nairobi or other places. I think it should be good or considered in the 10%, not just at people from Nakuru, Monikani, Mkoapo, but the people who are there, they are all the cashews.
Thank you. One of the ladies who works in the market had asked me, what is the prospects of, taking some greens and vegetables to that place? Those are issues that we want you people to raise. Matters on job opportunities. But anyway, that notwithstanding, let me, because I cannot see any other person, let me answer a few things. My brother Steve Gitukia, thank you very much, and thanks for taking time to come. It's unfortunate, Steve, the Procurement and Disposal Act has stipulated some percentages. Former President Kibaki mentioned as a policy for the government to have 30% for the disadvantaged. That is for purposes of giving the women, the youth, and people with disability. That is anchored now in law, in procurement, and we can't move it now to 30%. So you can only work within the 30%. Normally I can see most of the companies, what they are doing is what we need to do and to advise the 3 categories of affirmative action is that please try and go into that industry. Don't just wait. What is happening is a rich man like me, I have a company for my wife, and she's a woman. I have another company for my children, and they are youth, and I will use that. So, and we miss out as a community. So at the end of the day, it's the same youth from a rich family, it's the same woman from a rich family who end up getting this. So what we have, the law has indicated is that we'll be coming, our brothers and sisters, members of county assembly and members of parliament, tujaribu kuhimiza watu wetu waende. Regarding KPLC and the president's reservation, it is true. The president, is not that he was not happy. He brought it back because it can be misused. the compensation aspect or by KPLC. What he said is that he put some provisions that yes, we will compensate, but only if you have taken some caution regarding your electricity. You don't leave your TV on and then it hots up and maybe you have bought a very fake appliance like a plug. Then that plug melts, which is cheaper. You buy at a cheaper price and then it is not of good quality. Alafu ikichomeka inachoma TV yako ama fridge unataka tukulipe, then it becomes very difficult. There are those other aspects where mtu amewacha nyumba, gasi ikifanya kazi inashika curtain inachoma nyumba, unasema it was electrical fault. So you also need to prove that it was actually the fault of the power surge. Ati saa zile ilienda alafu ikarudi. Utaenda kotini, unataka unajaza form, ujaze form and you should tell us exactly what time it was. So kama power surge.
I have just a comment over the issue of compensation about the KPLC. I believe it is better we not just look at the negative side but also take a different angle over the same. Nowadays we have the token type, about the token. You see, inside that token there's something which we are calling it a contractor, which sometimes when there is a power surge or the power is already lost, you find that it takes some time before it peaks. Before it peaks. So if we can take this technology and add on top of what the Kenya Power and other stakeholders are doing, we can solve this issue of compensation by applying the technology. Secondly, now because I'm a geographer, I believe Nakuru County we have got an added advantage, leave alone the geothermal. I believe it is between Naivasha and Limuru. Using my own knowledge, you'll find that Utaputa, I don't know the exact location of that place, we can still harness the wind energy. Why? If somebody can bear me witness, ukiangalia miti, it is around that region, you'll find that those trees always face, the branches face one side. It means that for that tree to take that direction, it means that the wind, the velocity of wind is so strong. And we can take advantage of that velocity and the harness of the wind energy. Thank you.
Sijui kama mmesikia vile huyo kijana anasema, you just need to look at the tree and where the branches are going and you take advantage of wind power. Wind power, majority is just reminding me, and solar energy and renewable energy, that is what we call clean energy, ambaye hai affect, haina madhara. Wind power isipokuwa, the only problem with the Kenyans is that every time we come up with technology kama vile huyo kijana amesema, kuna hiyo technology ambayo it can address this token aspect. Kenyans always want to bring, and particularly as politicians, tulienda Kinangop hapa, walilete fitina na siasa, ati itakupiga baridi, hautakuwa na joto ya mwanaume, sijui nini. Hii watoto hakuna, waka revolt, ati itapiga hivi mahindi yako, sijui kuku, you know, and it's all lies. I mean, I want to thank we kijana na utembeage bwana, uelimishe wa Kenya on matters of clean energy, wind power, solar power, yote nini. Na kama kijana, I want you to take advantage. Kijana, M-Pesa is a technology ambaye now is used all over, and this was a young man like him. It's very unfortunate Safaricom walimnyang'anya patent rights na wakamlipa pesa kidogo, na siku hizi wanakulia mabilioni ya pesa from the brains of a young man. Please tusaidie, if you have these ideas of this one is not something that we can put here, it can not in law, we can use it under the regulations. Wakati the regulations itakuja utuambie there is this mode that we can be able to use to address the token matters. Yes.
Maybe to add on that, when we were passing our budget the other day, the supplementary, we heard that this county is using over 300 million to pay electricity to Kenya Power, the ones that we consume in terms of Mulika Mwizi. And I think this is now what we should be doing. We go solar, we go the wind way. You know, I was a neighbor where that thing was made, the Kinagob area, because it was coming even to some parts of Naivasha East, which is in Nakuru. And as he is saying that if, you know, when Kenyans have some little brains, they manipulate, they stretch them to harm the others. So some people polluted a very good idea, and I think it is time to revive it.
Yeah, great.
Thank you, Chair.
Let me also say now, the young man who has just spoken, Patrick Koech, there is a young man from your community who came up with a program ya stima. Ameweka poles na ameweka transmission lines na anaserve watu pale kijijini, alafu Kenya Power wakaenda kumshika. This law, if you can produce 1 megawatt of electricity, now distribute around where you are living, you will not need a license for that. Utaenda unafanya na unachukua pesa kidogo kutoka kwa ile meter reading. And that boy was a brilliant young boy. From his own ninio ametengeza power from wind. Hiyo vile unasikia unaangalia matawi ya miti unaangalia hapo. That boy came up with power. Na akaiweka, akaidownload, akaingiza into, step down mpaka kwa transmission line. Na he was brought in a documentary kwa ninio. These are the, we are not supposed to discourage that kind of brain. We are supposed to encourage them. By telling them that younger boys like you who can come up with ideas, younger people, not younger boys, I might be mistaken. So about base and the effect on environment, Bahati, that's an environmental matter under some study. If indeed that is going to affect, we look at the pros and cons of a thing. And kweli kama ita affect and is going to affect again the food security, which is our core business here, or rather the main 4 agendas of this government, again we will be looking at it and what effect by the steam. But at the same time, your steam ya mwisho is about VAT. You know, we are politicians and sometimes we speak too much. Duale is our majority leader and sometimes he speaks too much. We will say for now that is his view. It is not the view of Kenya until March, when the Treasury Ministry will be bringing a budget before us. Na akileta budget analetaga bunge, nisi tunapitishaga. Kwa hivyo tutaangalia budget na nini nasema kuhusu na, and I totally agree with you, Anthony, that ukiongeza mafuta umetouch the renewal. But again, in this law, tumepatia nguvu kabisa Energy Regulation Commission, which is supposed to be very independent, autonomous from the Ministry of Energy, from Ministry of Petroleum. It is a commission on its own to be able to decide and determine. It's very unfortunate the cost of barrel ya mafuta inateremuka per dollar, lakini mafuta yetu inapanda. Sasa wanaweza kukuambia mambo ya cost sijui gani. And why? Is because some people wanaendelea kutupatia hiyo mambo ya ujinga hiyo ya diesel power. Tunatumia diesel to generate power. And then it becomes cost, fuel cost kwa bills zetu itaenda. But if we do wind, we do solar, we do hiyo ya geothermal. By the way, Kenya sasa inatumia 60% ya supply ya stima kutoka geothermal KenGen. And na inatusaidia sana. NOC, ambaye is one of the National Oil Corporation, it contributes over 40% of exchequer to the government kupitia mambo ya mafuta. So we need to empower NOC so that they can be able. About monopoly by KPLC, that has been addressed in this bill. We are bringing other players. Before, kupiga simu ilikuwa inatugharimu 7 shillings. Kateremka 5 minutes, 5. Kateremka squeeze, you can as little as 1 shilling per minute. You can be able to talk. Why? There are so many players in the field. And that is what we are. Na tuna encourage watu ambao wanaweza kuwa na pesa kuingia katika hii biashara na tufanye biashara is the next frontier ya kufanya biashara. Tujaribu kutafuta like now geothermal, tutajaribu tusaidiane kama county, wana set aside some money. Watu wananunua 1 well or 2 wells or 3 wells. And they're able now to do it under the private power producers. You get a license. Unaingiza kwa laini, unauzia Kenya Power, ama wewe mwenyewe unaingiza na unatafuta line na unapatiwa certain location ya kuanza kuuza stima yako. Again, that is going to really reduce this. So I want now to go to the committee so that we can wind up. I think we are already short by some 5 minutes. Exaggerated, yes, I will give you a position. Exaggerated in a token, for the exaggeration. You just go to, by the way, and this is a very good question, Honorable Majority Leader. If you have a problem, say for example, between us, between KPLC na nani, kuna tribunal sasa. That tribunal is a very, transparent and very, it's not partisan. Ambayo itakusikiza na kesi yao and they will make a decision kabla hujaenda. So tribunal imewekwa hapa kuketa for matters of licenses ambazo zinapelekwa, ukienda ukiitisha compensation wakatae, badala kukimbia kotini, you take your matters to the tribunal, ambayo it is also catered for in this law. Yes, Muturi Kegano?
I just wanted to add something that
yes, sir.
You spoke about 1 megawatt,
yes,
that is free to produce 1 or less. Any production is free. So it applies to somebody, the question that was raised.
Yes, somebody raised
on biogas.
Yes, exactly.
Nobody who can produce more than a megawatt.
Yes.
So it's free to produce biogas.
In that sense, you don't need a license for a 1 megawatt of production ya stima. To party a committee, maybe some 5 minutes. You think you're okay?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
We're just going to have at least 2 members to ask questions, please, because of time. And also, I will speak on behalf of the committee and say to the chair, what we'll request is if we can get copies, we're going to get copies of the bills. We go through, then as a committee, we're going to give you a memorandum on our ideas and what we think about it. But for now, we'll just give 2 members of the committee to say something or ask questions.
Okay, no problem. I know the memorandum was closed, but this is a public hearing. We can still say this is what we got. The sooner we get, tomorrow we are going to Kengen. Then in the afternoon we are meeting some stakeholders in Nairobi. Wednesday we are meeting KEPSA, the Kenya Private Sector Alliance, again on matters to do with energy and petroleum, for a breakfast meeting and memoranda. We have received 28 memorandas from different people. Of course, maybe more or less the same aspect, maybe only 5 items that are being talked about, Sana. And then we also have now the Council of Governors, who will be coming before us again on Thursday. In fact, kutoka saa 2 Thursday mpaka saa 12 tutakuwa tunakutana na different stakeholders. Kila mtu amekuwa assigned half an hour. Tutakuwa tunasikizana, tutasikiza wote 22. Na kwenda kuangalia, and then we are giving out our report on the 29th. So we have only this week and next week ndio tuweze kwenda kupeana. So karibu kama kuna maswali.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Asuma Mondi. I'm the MCA, Menengai West. I've heard you talk so much about GDC, and apparently you're mentioning Bahati a lot. Actually, if you look at it, GDC is in Menengai West. Apparently, you got to be directed to Bahati because that is where a lot of things are happening. In Menengai West, I wish, in fact today when I heard you were coming here, when your team was coming to Nakuru, we had initially thought you were coming to Rongai because there are a lot of issues that are happening in GDC, and this other side is not getting, especially when you talk of the issues of CSR, it's totally not happening on these other sides. I want to believe the bill is going to take care of that. But before we reach there, what is it that currently can be done? Because our communities really, I wish you had even passed even the roads that are going towards GDC. It's a big problem. When it comes to the issue of employment, these companies are really, at times, the community would ask, why do we have these companies here, even when the very small issues that we're supposed to look at is not being taken care of. Okay. Beside the bill, I would like to ask, because the bill mostly talks about the issue of the generation of what comes out from what they are doing in a particular place. I want to know currently what is it that needs to be done to benefit our community. It's a big shame anyway that there is nothing totally for the last 7 years that they've been there, 7 or 6 years that they've been there, that there is nothing that is happening on our side of Menengai West.
Okay, I will simply say it's unfortunate that your member of parliament is not around. Kegano, we are just finishing. Please don't leave. Please. For you both. No, no. No, we have another 5 minutes, my brother. Okay, okay, okay. I know you are always very. I know. Thank you very much. Regarding, we invited. Okay. What is happening is that we invited all members of parliament. We spoke to the PA of the member of parliament, and they were not ready. So, pardon? Yes, we didn't go because we can only go where we will find. We talked to the member of parliament. Please organize a meeting. We spoke to the member of Bahati. We had a very big meeting. So Rongai, the PA, tells me we are not ready. So there is no way we can come and speak to nobody. So we can only come to a place where that is a position. I don't want to lie to you, is that is a position. But we have, we spoke and we agreed with the PA. We actually didn't even speak with the member of parliament. We spoke through a PA. But again, this is a committee, sisi tunafanya, tukiambia ni PA, nataka kutuongelesha, sisi tunaongea naye. Secondly, on matters, it is true and you really need to follow that. The law stipulates what is a local community. And a local community is a sub-county. The sub-county in this sense is Bahati. So Rongai will miss out. Aramat will tell you. And he's bringing some amendments. Our other players are bringing some amendments. I don't know how it's going to go through. But even if it is in the Nakuru County, hii mvuke imecross huko chini. I'm just saying, you need now to take up this matter seriously as Rongai people, because you represent Rongai. So, yes, Aramat.
Thank you, Chair. I think we will be bringing an amendment because, and I want to correct my friend, the majority leader, now that I've taken the mic, that it was brought that I was here. We are all Kenyans, despite what affects us. And if he says Masai, sorry to say, I'm proud to be one of them, Masai, and I'm proud, very proud to be of it. But could be an element that Waswahili anasema viasi moja haribu nini. You know, it's not everybody who is that bad, as they say. But if you look at the law doesn't actually, it leaves a gray area on who is the local person. So we need to define it broadly. We need to make it a bit more broader. So that because this bill, if you say the caldera, it affects a larger part of the people. And sometimes the people who drills, they drill about 40 kilometers from the other side and bring that power to the wellhead or to where the well is. So it affects even inter-counties, not only sub-counties. So for me, I intend to bring an amendment, and I think you will be part of that amendment. So don't worry, we will take care of you. Chair, I just wanted to correct, majority leader with love. It's always good to make some things clear, because if you look the establishment of Kenyan, The people who are there are only 59, and that's for record, 59 out of 1,000 plus. So you cannot say a community like that are the major employers. Check your records properly, because record speaks for themselves. Thank you.
We will not, actually, when that matter was raised about Kengen, and the majority leader will, because you are a leader, I'll be very close to share with you what Taramat is saying. Our dear, somebody had questioned about, and it is very unfortunate, tribes where they are employed, which is not fortunate. But because they had asked, somebody had to prove. And I will tell you, majority leader, I will later in camera, I will tell you who it was. Please tell him to stop asking those names. When I was shown the record, you will be very surprised. You will be, in fact, now you will be, it is your tribe which is going to be affected by the records. I had an opportunity of getting a record from the HR, and it is important for us to look at, and we stop looking at, you know, they think there's so many, one community that is doing a lot of casual work. Then unaona kama hiyo ndio, but casual work is not on record, but employment permanent is on record. Ukionyesha hiyo record, you will be surprised, but I will share that with you. So that is a position. Any other person that is going to? Okay, Mawawa. Let's not open. Discuss tu hapa nje. Tutasaidiana tu.
Okay. I was a teacher, so I'm used to standing, and I'm already tired of sitting.
Karibu.
My name is Miriam Iranjo, or Mawawa. I was on the issue of environment. When it comes to disposal of garbage here in Nakuru and all over Kenya, I think we have a major problem. You talked about recycling. I don't know whether the bill has addressed the type of industries that should be used to ensure that we do not exhibit gases, and again will be poisonous to our people or cause health issues. I wish I had read the bill. I wish you had given me just 2 days earlier. I miss it. So I don't know whether you have, I'm wondering what, on that issue of
I'll tell you, my dear sister, I had an opportunity in the last parliament to be able to sit with the then CEO. We had a meeting, 2-day meeting in America. You'll be surprised about geothermal. The side effects are very minimal. But the byproducts and what you can do with the byproduct. In fact, tukikuja leo Kemani Ngojira tuambia endeni, aliambia Douglas, make sure you take this committee to New Zealand and see the byproduct and what the community has. Tumetoka Bahati. Textile industry na leather inatumia steam peke yake. Weka hizo vitu, hizo industry pale, itumie hiyo maji ya moto. Hizo gas, the steam will go and produce. The biogas tunatengeza gas ya kupika that will taken to a power plant, produce gas na ikwende. So the byproduct ya hiyo vitu ya geothermal. In fact, geothermal is one of the cleanest. You know, I was surprised kusikia watu wakisema huko inaleta madhara. Geothermal is one of renewable energy that is being used world over. Yani haina madhara ya environment as such. Lakini kama iko, kwa sababu you never know, wakati gas inatoka, inaweza toka na kitu ingine. Na hiyo ndio vitu tunaenda tukiangalia. But if I'm telling you, like you need to, Honorable Chair, Energy Committee, you need to talk to GDC and they take you for an induction course and what they do. The area member of parliament and the MC of that area, they need to take up those matters ya kuweza kusaidia wananchi kule kwa kupata byproduct. As for example, mimi tunaanza kufikiria vile tutapata pesa tutengeze steel industry, and we are going to do it. We are going to look for money, tutafute pesa, because power itakuwa so cheap that I don't need to go and buy machuma kutoka zenye tuna import kutoka Mombasa ama kutoka China. From my own raw materials ambaye ni scrap metals, we'll be able to do steel industry hapo kubwa ambayo utashangaa sana. Hii mabati rollings, they get their mabatis from scrap metals. we'll be able to do Mabati here. It is going to transform this place. So with those few remarks,
maybe chair before you.
One more. Okay, wacha tusikize huyu.
Thank you, Chair. I should have time, but I have just 3 quick ones. The first one is on the boards and the advisory committee.
Yes.
You said you had 8 on energy and 3 on petroleum. Are these boards pillared on proficiency, or do you incorporate the locals? Second question is about whether you incorporate the locals, the local persons in the boards.
Okay.
My second question is on the KPLC. As opposed to liberalizing the KPLC, don't you actually think it will make more sense, it will be more realistic if we made caps for them, regulations, and we also improved on their response? And my third question, which is the last one, is on Orpa. I think you've heard of Orpa. I've had the privilege of visiting Orpa before. I am actually an electrical engineer, and I'll tell you that Orpa are using a new form of technology called pentane technology, which is 3 times cheaper than what we use in Kenjan, in Naivasha. So actually,
that is coal.
Not coal. It's okay. I really don't know how to explain it to you, but it's basically
it's a mineral.
Yeah, it's a mineral. It's called pentane.
Oh, okay.
Pentane technology. It is 3 times cheaper, and actually production is way better than what they use in Kenjan or Gikaria. So I think GDC can also take that up. So lastly, I know you hail from Nakuru, and actually think if you mean well, I know you mean well for us, but I really think it will be of significant importance, for us as people of Nakuru if we designated Hellscape National Park and also Lake Nakuru National Park. So thank you, Chair.
Okay, let me just, a quick one. What do they say? It's very difficult to train an old dog new tricks. That's what I will say for KPLC. Whether we do regulations, whether we do what, they will never listen, and they will never change. So the only thing that we can only do and hammer some sense in them is to liberalize the industry. Zamani ungepiga simu, and I'll tell you, hiyo ndio tunapeanaga as a benchmark. Simu ilikuwa unatumia shilingi 7 1 minute. Sasa it's as cheap as 1 shilling per minute. It is going to be realistic because what is going to happen is that we are opening up licenses, and hizi line is a transmission, si za Kenya Power, hizi ni za watu ambaye tutafungulia, na mtu akipewa leseni atakuwa una produce power yako from wherever you are, you use the same infrastructure to take, na unagawiwa an area ya kwenda kuserve. Of course it will not be as simple as network technology, lakini utakuwa unapatiwa kila mtu na area yake, and it is going to be that cheap. Ukikuwa, if you have in county assembly, you are saying you are paying 300 million from lighting and somebody street lighting, and somebody else is offering you 150 million. Wewe utaenda wapi? You will say huyo 150 as long as taa zako zinafanya nini? Zinawaka. So we will give them that challenge to a point where KPLC will come to their senses. Na kwa sababu wanataka kuwa biashara kama posta, sasa lazima waanze kufanya kazi na vile inatakikana. So that is what we are going to say for KPLC about that other power area. It's a new area. I wish you would give us we'll ask our clerk to do some research, and if it is possible, we incorporate it under the renewable energy. And we are looking for cheap, environmental friendly power. Hiyo ndio tunatafuta. If we get it, the better. Yes. Okay. Tunaweza Hell's Gate. It's very unfortunate in the last assembly. I brought the bill, Wildlife Conservation and Management Act. Then it was a bill. I brought it here. Nakuru County has, I think, 9 national parks. I told the former governor through his CEC in charge of that department, please check on what we can be able to do. I was me and Kemani Ngonjiri only on the floor of the house trying to push to rename, not even the Gazette, but remove National Park and put national reserve or whatever reserve it is. And we were defeated on the floor of the House. We couldn't have enough. And that is what we are saying. It's very unfortunate Nakuru has so many national parks, and then not even a single coin come back to us. And who happens? Magari nakuja naribu barabara, nini nakuja, they don't sleep in our hotel. But at the same time, I will also challenge County Assembly. Please come up with issues that will make Nakuru a tourist destination. Tourist akikuja Nakuru anafanya nini? Anaingia Lake Nakuru. One day, analala siku moja na anaondoka. You need to think as a county, how can you keep that Nakuru person, that tourist in Nakuru, at least for a record 4 days? You will see the transformation. Somebody, Motutho was saying, akikuwa governor ataweka ile reli ya huko ya hewa ile akuteremsha watu from the lake to the crater. You know, think of how do you revive Menengai crater? How do you revive? We have some halls, historical halls hapa. Inaitwa nini hapa? Inaitwa nini hapa? Hyrax Hills na pale Morogi hapo free area. Those halls are still there.
Even my
Mahio, those things are still there, but they are dead. Hyrax Hills is one of a place where human beings used to live in millions of years ago, but it is dead, completely dead, and nobody visits that place. Why? Because so nyinyi as a county, you need to start thinking on matters of tuende kwa mdosi alafu tumalize bwana dakika moja. 1 minute.
1 minute. You know, the content of the bill are smart. What we have had is, but we have had a very rough time with the judiciary. You try to implement something which is very logical, but it is stopped by a super Kenyan seeing the gray area in the law. What precautions have you put that whatever we have done here, we have not wasted the time?
Revisit. You know, somebody said we are going to revisit. So that is what we're going to do with the judiciary. We are going to revisit. And see, honestly, it is very true, my brother, Majority Leader. But the judiciary is a very independent arm of government. But at the same time, I think we need to start hammering some sense into their. Kama sasa unaona watu walitupeleka, okay, it is their right to take us back to an election. It is their right to take us, but what is the effect? We had an industrial dispute where they paid teachers a staggering 92 billion shillings, which is not in the budget of the Kenyan government. The same katiba yetu imeambia, as you look into disputes, industrial disputes, ebu fikiria the budgetary, the financial implication. And this is what we are asking. We want judiciary to be, in fact, that is what the president is saying. We are independent, but at the same time dependent. We can never work away from each other. Judiciary nataka bunge tupitishe mpaka budget yao, sisi tunataka executive anataka tupitishe sheria zake. So we are interdependent, yes, but at the same time dependent. So the jaribu, but again we'll be talking to, of course, and one of the issues is for you to remove your courts also from, you no longer have courts as a county. Asanteni sana. We want to say thank you very much. Mungu awabariki. Whatever tumepata, we will be looking forward to receiving your memorandum, hopefully before Friday, before we go and sit. We will be coming to Nakuru County, by the way, to do our report, hopefully in Naivasha, in your area, hopefully Hell's Gate for that matter, so that we can also have asanteni. There is a hotel in Rongai. Okay. Asante sana. Mungu awabariki. Thank you very much. Okay. Sorry, I'll give you these bills. Nani, saidia your bill ingine? Yeah, it's in the, you can get it from